Plesch is still with me here in the studio. I know it's very early days and one doesn't want to get too involved in speculation, but I'm sure everyone watching wants to try and make some sense of this. Who and what do you think could be behind it?
Well, one question is, could this level of organization have been carried out simply by a small terrorist group, or whether a country was behind it? That's one question.
State-sponsored terrorism.
State-sponsored, state-organized. That has to be one question.
But would any state likely get involved in an attack like this on the world's only superpower, bearing in mind the possible consequences?
I would simply respond by saying, were these attacks likely? Was Timothy McVeigh likely? If you're asking me to explore the options, that's one. The obvious candidate is bin Laden, but then he was top of the list, or his people like him were top of the list at the time of the Oklahoma City bombing. So you have to be very careful not to jump to conclusions. And of course, in the White House, there will be enormous pressure to jump to conclusions and get anybody just to try to resolve the issue.
If it were Osama bin Laden, what would his motive be? I mean, he's declared a virtual state of war, hasn't he, with the United States? So any attack against your enemy, I suppose, in his books, is a good thing. But what is the strategy? What is the motive?
Well, one motive is simply revenge, and a second motive has to be to try to get the United States to dramatically change its policy. But I think you have to remember that bin Laden was originally funded by the Central Intelligence Agency in Afghanistan to fight the Soviets. He was originally funded and organized by them, and consequently knows a good deal of the way in which the American psyche works.
And it works the other way too, presumably. American intelligence will know a good deal about him.
Well, yes, and obviously part of the examination will be who knew what when, and we will probably find that there were some messages somewhere in the system that weren't taken seriously enough, as tragically tends to happen in these sorts of occasions.
But if he was trying to engineer American foreign policy, for example, on the Middle East, I mean, the last thing America could be seen to be doing is giving in to him.
Well, you and I might think that, but some people don't look at the world in that way. If people say the only thing that works is force, that works in both directions.
We'll leave it there for the moment. We've got some news just coming in, actually, that the Salomon Brothers building in New York, right in the heart of Manhattan, has also collapsed. This does fit in with a warning from the British Foreign Office a couple of hours ago to British citizens that there is a real risk. Let me get the exact words. The British Foreign Office, the Foreign Department of the British government, said there was a strong risk of further atrocities in the United States.